Good morning, everybody, and happy Halloween. Welcome to the Weather Desk. Today's top weather headlines. I'm meteorologist Hunter Forst. The show happens every day, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock on our 13 News Now. 13 News Now is going to say weather app, but it's just a regular app. I appreciate you joining me today. We have a lot to talk about, especially with Hurricane Melissa. We'll be talking about the aftermath of that storm. Right now, it's moving in the central Atlantic. It impacted Bermuda last night, but we also are going to talk about some severe flooding and strong winds that happened and are ongoing in the Northeast. There was a tornado in Texas that we're going to continue to talk about, but also give you a Halloween outlook for not only here in Hampton Roads, but for portions of the country, and also what we can expect for the upcoming weekend. But as we take a look at our first topic for the day today, this morning the Caribbean is still cleaning up after Hurricane Melissa slammed several islands. The storm is now considered one of the most powerful hurricanes on record. The system first made landfall in Jamaica as a Category 5 hurricane on Tuesday. This is a look at the destruction left behind. Winds up to 185 miles per hour ripped apart buildings and toppled trees, killing at least 19 people on the island. Right now, 72% of Jamaica is still without power. These satellite images from NASA show the power usage, what the power usage looked like before and after the storm. The picture on the left was taken on October 22nd, 1 week before Melissa hit. The picture on the right was taken on Wednesday, right after the storm. And we're also hearing from a Virginia Beach couple who remained stuck in Jamaica this morning. They were saying they were staying at a resort in Montego Bay, but eventually moved to a storm shelter on Monday. When they returned to their hotel room yesterday, they found a glass balcony had shattered and doors had been blown off. Here is the moment they realized they were in the eye of the storm.
The boards that covered the doors to the shelter were banging pretty hard. And the way that we knew that we were in the eye was that stopped. And then we started hearing that banging again, even though we were really, really internal. I mean, we were away from any external windows.
The couple says their flight home was originally scheduled for today, but now will likely be delayed until Monday. And after slamming Jamaica, Melissa went on to make a landfall as a Category 3 storm in Cuba. This is a look at some of the damage near Santiago de Cuba, which is on one of the most eastern parts of the island. You're looking at a field of banana plants destroyed by strong winds. Coffee plantations on the island also suffered heavy losses. And Melissa is still churning away in the Atlantic. It passed through Bermuda overnight, well, just the outskirts of Bermuda, and is a Category 1 storm out there right now. And as we take a look at our tropical satellite, certainly looking much less organized compared to the last couple of days of watching Hurricane Melissa. As we take a closer look at Bermuda, you'll see the storm, the center of the storm just passed off to the west, but still brought some tropical storm force winds, even hurricane force winds, some heavy downpours as well. But luckily, Melissa is moving extremely quickly, so it passed by Bermuda in only a couple of hours. Right now, it's a Category 1 hurricane, winds up to 90 miles an hour, moving to the north-northeast at 41 miles an hour. Now compare that to the 1, 2, 3 miles an hour it was moving as it first started to form and as it was making landfall in Jamaica. So it is moving much, much faster. But off towards the north and the east could impact portions of Newfoundland heading into early Saturday morning with very strong winds. But it's going to become more of a subtropical or extratropical system heading into the next day or so. It's going to lose that tropical characteristics. Not going to be really a warm core tropical system, but more of a cool core, or have kind of both of those characteristics as we head into the next couple of days. Could start to impact portions of Iceland heading into the upcoming work week next week. But as we take a look at the information on Melissa, one of the strongest hurricanes on record in the Atlantic, especially one of the strongest at landfall at 892 millibars, and that's tied for 3 with the Labor Day hurricane back in 1935. So as we take a look back, Hurricane Wilma was number 1 at 882 millibars back in 2005. One after that was Hurricane Gilbert in 1988 with the millibars down to 888. And again, Melissa, those millibars were up down to 892. But as we take a look into the future, maybe the next couple of weeks, heading into the first week, towards the first and second week of November, the Climate Prediction Center is saying we could see maybe a low chance of some more tropical development heading into portions of the Caribbean, but it's a low chance right now. And we continue to see that chance heading into the second and third week of November, but still a low chance. Some of the models trying to pick up on some tropical activity heading into the first couple of weeks of November. But again, the Climate Prediction Center is saying those chances are low. Still something we'll watch over the next couple of weeks, but hopefully we are done for the season because we are getting close to the end of the hurricane season. We only have less than a month left, and we've seen a lot of storms, even a lot of Category 5 storms. Now, we've seen about 13 named storms. We've seen Aaron, which was a Category 5, Gabrielle, a Category 4, Umberto, a Category 5, and now Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane. So we have seen some major storms this entire hurricane season. The next name on the list would be Nestor. Hopefully we won't have to use that name. And then we have Olga, Pablo, and Rebecca after that. But again, we have had 13 named storms, which is just about average. We normally see about 14. We see about 7 hurricanes and 3 major hurricanes, and we've seen more than that. We've seen at least 3 major hurricanes. If I just go back to that last slide, we could see exactly how many major hurricanes we've had over the last couple of months. I believe it was either 3 or 4. I can't remember exactly. So we've had Aaron, Gabrielle, that's 2. So we've had 4. So Melissa makes that 4 major hurricanes for this season. So that is above average in terms of those major hurricanes. We normally see about 3, and these averages are from 1991 to 2020. But here's a look at our tropical activity over the next couple of weeks. We are right about here. So we are the end of October. Tomorrow's November 1st. So again, the activity really starts to drop off, especially over the last month, but the season goes until the end of November. So just about a month left, but the activity really quiets down heading into the month of November. So hopefully it does stay that way. But we're going to go on to our next topic. This is flooding across parts of the country. But before that, I just did want to say, you remember, we still have one more month of the hurricane season before it ends. And of course, for the latest on the tropics, tune in to Hurricane Hub Live. You can watch it right here on 13 News Now Plus every night at 8 o'clock. But I did want to say our last Hurricane Hub is tonight at 8 o'clock with meteorologist Evan Stewart. But of course, if we have to come back and continue Hurricane Hub Live, if something else starts to develop, of course, we'll continue to do that. But Evan will take a closer look at what's happening in both the Atlantic and Pacific as we head into the day tonight. But the United States is also dealing with deadly flooding. After the break, I'll have a look at conditions in the Northeast, plus your trick-or-treat forecast for Hampton Roads. Welcome back, everybody. Strong storms slammed the Northeast last night, bringing record rainfall to New York City. This is a look at the flooding in Brooklyn. Sadly, the New York Fire Department confirms at least 2 men died after their basements filled with water, and they were unable to get out. The National Weather Service says estimates nearly 2 inches of rain fell in Central Park, which breaks the previous record set in 1917. Connecticut also felt some of the impacts from that storm. Check this one out. 2 barges broke free from their mooring about 5 miles off the coast and washed ashore in Milford. This is a look at one of them on the Woodmont Beach. The U.S. Coast Guard is now working on a plan to remove those barges from the beach. Until then, they're urging people to stay away from that area, especially during high tide. But let's take a look at what's going on in the Northeast right now. I mean, across the country, there's not a whole lot going on. Most of the rain, again, is off towards the Northeast from this low pressure system. But then we have another system pushing into the Pacific Northwest. So unfortunately, Seattle, parts of Portland, Oregon, Washington, going to have some wet conditions for your Halloween, but a lot of the country looking really good throughout the day today. A few showers off towards Minnesota and the Dakotas, but other than that, things looking good. As we zoom in, though, on the Northeast, here's this low pressure system bringing some really gusty winds, heavy rain to portions of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and especially up in Maine. But this brought a lot of heavy rain to southern New England, New York, down into New Jersey, even Pennsylvania as well. But they do need the rain. They've been seeing a lot of these drought conditions over the region over the last couple of weeks, especially in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, seeing some extreme drought conditions, some severe drought conditions as well. Not as bad in Massachusetts and Connecticut, either abnormally dry or just some moderate drought conditions. But Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine really need this rain. New York seeing some moderate to even severe drought levels in the northern and western parts of the state. But of course, this rain was certainly welcomed. And even down here in the Hampton Roads area, seeing some abnormally dry conditions in the yellow. But down around the Admiral Sound, around Elizabeth City and Eatonton, seeing some severe drought levels as well. But also, there are some wind advisories in effect for Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, a good portion of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania as well. That low pressure bringing some really gusty winds to the area as we go throughout the day today. So far, we've seen gusts close to 50 miles an hour in Boston, 45 in Lawrence, 44 in Jaffrey, 36-mile-per-hour gusts in Concord for today, 35 in Newport, 33 in Provincetown, and 39 in Barnstable. Nantucket gusts already today up to about 45 miles an hour. A little bit lighter off towards the north. Augusta, Maine, about 30-mile-per-hour gusts today, 24 in Farmingdale and 40 in Mount Pocono. But as we take a look at our futurecast wind gusts, we'll continue to see them up to about 20 to 30, even close to 40 miles an hour, especially over towards Cape Cod. 34-mile-per-hour gusts in Groton, 31 in Manchester heading into the afternoon, and could see gusts close to 50 miles an hour over by Cape Cod before they start to come down heading into this evening and especially into the day tomorrow. But still a bit breezy, gusts anywhere from 20 to even 30 miles per hour heading into our Saturday morning. But now to Central Florida, where residents are still cleaning up days after getting hit by some severe weather. Last weekend, torrential rain caused flooding in several cities. This is a look at the aftermath in Mount Dora, about 45 minutes away from Orlando. That area got about 20 inches of rain in 24 hours, washing out roads and even causing some to crumble. Earlier this week, the Florida Lieutenant Governor surveyed the damage.
We don't leave people behind. It's important to be out here and be on the ground, talking to people, solving problems. You have to be there to understand it and to solve problems. To the people in Lake County and the people in Mount Dora, I want you to know we're here. We're trying to solve this, trying to fix the problem however we can.
Forecasters say the amount of rain that fell in Florida last weekend is comparable to what the state got during Hurricane Ian in 2022. Now to Texas, the National Weather Service confirms an EF1 tornado touched down near Lindale earlier this week. That's about an hour and a half east of Dallas. Trent Bennett has a closer look at the damage. Just some incredible damage there. We were having some issues with the audio, but you could see those trees really blowing. Winds, again, were around EF1 in strength. And of course, hopefully everybody is okay down there in Texas. But back here in Hampton Roads, it's shaping up to be a nice Halloween. So here's your trick or treat forecast. As we take a look at the day today in Hampton Roads, it's going to be we're going to see plenty of sunshine. Low 60s by this afternoon. It'll be breezy, winds anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to about 35. And as we take a look at our trick or treat forecast for this evening, we'll be dropping back into the upper 50s by about 8 o'clock. The breeze sticking around, winds out of the west 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to about 30, but even around the region in the New England area, we'll be in the mid to upper 50s today, 53 in Cleveland, 65 in Raleigh, and towards the middle of the country, warm around Dallas and Houston in the lower 70s, 44 in Minneapolis today, 56 in Chicago for your Halloween, 66 in Little Rock, and out west, we'll be in the upper 40s around Billings and Denver. Look at Phoenix in the upper 80s, pushing 90 degrees, 71 in LA, 65 in San Fran, breezy and a bit rainy in Seattle for your Halloween. And here's a look at our weekend. Here in Hampton Roads, 62 degrees on Saturday. It'll be chilly waking up in the morning in the mid 40s, some of us in the low 40s. Further inland, could be waking up in the upper 30s. It'll continue to stay breezy throughout the day tomorrow as well. But for our Sunday, pretty much the same. Mid to low 60s, chilly waking up in the morning, but we do get an extra hour of sleep. So that will be really nice. We'll be feeling really refreshed for our Sunday, but our sun sets at around 5:06 on Sunday compared to about 6:07 on Saturday. And then by the end of the month, by the end of November, our sun starts to set at around 4:56-ish. So it's going to be much cooler and get dark much earlier over the coming weeks. But you know what? At least we get that one extra hour of sleep. If you're doing any weekend getaways this weekend, DC, Richmond, Charlottesville, the Outer Banks, not bad. Temperatures looking really comfortable. Great weather, mid 60s here on Saturday. Mostly sunny skies. A little bit cooler in the Outer Banks at around 60 degrees. We'll stay in the mid to upper 60s on Sunday with a mix of sun and clouds as well. But as we take a look here at our Thompson Creek Window Company sky view, it's been a beautiful morning. Plenty of sunshine. Temperature is not looking too bad. We're sitting at 54 degrees at Norfolk International. Winds right now at about 7 miles an hour. It's 52 in Chesapeake, 52 in Gloucester, 51 in Hosky, and 50 in Roanoke Rapids, 53 in Virginia Beach and Elizabeth City, 55 in Edenton, 54 in Duck, and 51 degrees in Matthews this morning. But compared to yesterday, we are feeling much cooler. We're about 10 to 15 degrees cooler 24 hours, or right now compared to yesterday, we're about 13 degrees cooler in Norfolk, 14 degrees cooler in Elizabeth City, 12 degrees cooler in West Point, and 10 degrees cooler in Edenton. Satellite and radar looking good. Not much to worry about stepping out the door this morning. And we'll continue with the nice weather as we go throughout the day today. Nice area of high pressure starting to build in, especially as we head into the weekend. That'll help give us some of that sinking air, giving us those sunny skies over the next coming days. Here's that cold front that pushed through yesterday. That's helping to push away Melissa. So that's some great news, but still seeing some of that heavy rain off towards the north and the east for today. But here in Hampton Roads, plenty of sunshine, mid-60s, 64 in Norfolk, 65 in Chesapeake, 64 in Franklin today. It'll be 62 in Cape Charles, 64 in Gloucester, 64 in Newport News. Down in North Carolina, mid-60s, comfortable, 66 in Hertford, 66 in Eatonton, 63 in Kill Devil Hills and Manio as well. Overnight tonight, it'll be chilly, upper 30s inland, 37 in Boykins, 37 in Franklin, 45 here in Norfolk, 37 in Chesapeake, and 42 in Virginia Beach. It'll be 48 in Cape Charles, 41 in Urbana, 42 in Gloucester tonight, and 44 degrees down in Hampton. And in eastern North Carolina, pretty much the same deal. Mid-30s heading into the inland areas, 39 in Gatesville, 42 in Hertford and Elizabeth City, upper 40s around Kill Devil Hills and Manio. And for the day tomorrow, could be a few degrees cooler, but still plenty of sunshine, lower 60s across the region, 62 in Norfolk, 64 in Suffolk and Poquoson, 60 in Cape Charles. It'll be 64 in Hertford, 63 in Elizabeth City, and 60 degrees down in Manio. And as we take a look at our futurecast, plenty of sunshine throughout the day today. Heading into our Friday night, we drop into the lower 50s. And by our Saturday morning, plenty of sunshine to start off the day, but chilly in some of these inland areas. Sun sticks around through the afternoon. And if you're heading out Saturday night, we drop into the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees. By Sunday morning, a few extra clouds compared to the last couple of days. Still a cool start to the day, mid to lower 40s inland. And by the time we get into the afternoon, we're in the lower 60s with a chance for a few isolated showers heading into late Sunday around the Outer Banks. I think most of us should stay dry, but we should see those rain chances increasing heading into Monday. So some scattered showers on Monday, especially if you're closer to the coast. But other than that, our rain chance is staying really, really low over the next couple of days. But you'll notice this low pressure system starting to form late Sunday into Monday, bringing us some showers, a few downpours lingering into early Monday afternoon. And then that pushes out, and we're looking good heading into Tuesday through Wednesday, Thursday, not much in the way of rainfall, and that continues heading into the day on Friday as well. Here's a look at our 10-day temperature trend. We're warming up, possibly heading into the middle of next week. Could see temperatures in the upper 60s to right around 70. But right now, our average high is around 67 degrees. Through the weekend and into next week, we'll stay in the mid to lower 60s. Another drop in temperatures by the end of next week. And then we could see maybe another rise in temperatures by next weekend. Could we be pushing 70 degrees? Hopefully. My fingers are crossed. Here's a look at our latest fall foliage. Seeing some low color here in Norfolk, but starting to see the moderate pushing into the region. But of course, we have that past peak around Boone, Asheville, out towards Elkins as well. Here's a look at our 5-day forecast. 63 degrees for the day today. It's going to be 62 on Saturday, 64 on Sunday, and then we could see a few showers heading into the day on Monday as well. But of course, you could always find me on social media. I'm Meteorologist Hunter Forst. Instagram, Hunter Forst, HUNNER. FORST. And remember, you can always get the latest news, traffic, and weather on the go with the 13 News Now app. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the app now. It's free on the App Store and Google Play. I appreciate you joining me today. We'll be back here again on Monday at 9 o'clock for the Weather Desk. Enjoy your weekend.